Yeah, welcome. What is up, Techno Fam? Chana D, your Techno Dad here with my buddy Brandon from Be the Installers channel. What's going on, Brandon? How are you?
What's up, dude? I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. Every time I get on one of these streams, immediately it starts and then I'm like, oh yeah, I got the live going and then I have to mute it quick. So I had to do that before. Sorry about that.
No, all good. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Apple TV 4K 2021 model. That's also known as, this is now the 6th Apple TV. So sometimes people call it the Apple TV 6. So if you guys are out there searching for information on it, it could be called one of those two things. Or actually the Apple TV 4K Gen 2. It's a little complicated, I guess, sometimes. But anyway, I did a video about this, and there were some questions about features that I didn't include in my video because I needed to do a little bit more research. Now, Brandon, you haven't installed any of these things, right?
The newest one?
They're not out yet, but I mean, like, have you looked at the specs? No. What do you know about it?
I don't. Do you want me to give away the store already? I mean, the coolest thing is the new remote. I mean, that's all I need to know.
Okay.
The new remote, having it revert back to the old remote where it was an up, down, left, right.
Yeah,
is all I needed. That's the whole
physical
idea of
buttons.
The swiping forward and leaning forward and trying to just barely touch the left side of it and click it without it sliding forward was worse than the LG remotes. So yeah. No, but totally. I mean, I'm excited for it. I use it. I use the Apple TV a lot, so I'll definitely get one. I just haven't had a chance to get into the specs as much.
Right now, I thought I wasn't going to get one, but now, yeah, ATV 4K G2. Can we get a little bit more complicated, please? Chances are I'll probably have to get one due to the fact that I've been getting so many questions about it that even like now I'm like, oh, well, crap. Does it do that? Does it do this? So I already put in my order. Yeah. So real quick, since it is May 4th, I hit up Brandon. I was like, yo, put on a Star Wars t-shirt. So let's do a reveal.
Yeah, man. Ooh. It's the good and the dark side, right?
Yep. I got Yoda with the, he's a DJ.
That's a sweet shirt, dude. That's a sweet shirt.
And it says master on the headphones. Boom.
Yeah. I think it's bad. My son always wants to, my youngest son, he always wants to be the bad guy in every movie. That's probably not a good thing. He's probably going to be a little sinister kid.
The bad guys have a lot of fun until they get thwarted. Until the big plans blow up. May the 4K be with you. Yes, that's hilarious. Good one, Craig.
Oh, it already look at it. Already timed out in the background. I was trying to show everybody the cool. Yeah, there you go. That's good enough. Whatever. Got the Force Awakens in the background.
Yeah, it's funny too, because like tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. Oh, I got a Cinco de Mayo shirt for your live stream tomorrow. So nice. Yes, don't forget to subscribe up to Brandon's channel. And okay, so I've got some interesting news for you guys. And I had to I got some slides here, so let's go into this. So let's talk about processors. Okay, I have some notes. Hold on. Where's this at? I'm a little scatterbrained right now. Okay.
Don't worry about it, man.
So right now we're talking about, so we're going from the A10X chip or the 10X chip. What is it called? A10X Fusion chip, right? In the old Apple TV. That's one you have. That's one I have. And we're going to now the A12 Bionic chip. Now, these chips are actually pretty old. Okay, so the A12 Bionic first showed up in the iPhone 10 in 2018. So they're putting like a 3-year-old or 2.5-year-old processor in this new device. Okay. Now I got this test from Max Tech from their video. So shout out to Max Tech. It's a huge channel, like 600,000 subscribers. I can't do these benchmark tests, but they can. And so basically what we have here, this is the raw CPU performance. And up on the top, we've got the iPhone XS Max that uses the A12 Bionic, the iPad 8th generation that uses the A12 Bionic. And then the bottom two are the A10X Fusions, which are in the older Apple TV. And look at these numbers. They're like almost there, right? I know a lot of people were like, oh, there's a brand new processor. This isn't actually that much of a jump. Like we're averaging maybe another 180 to 200 more, right, Brandon?
Yeah, no, it looks pretty close. I mean, you're talking about a few percentage points, huh?
Yeah, splitting hairs. Now, this is raw CPU performance. Hey, oh my goodness. You know what? I forgot to say what's up to people in the chat. So let's jump back over here. What's up? Cool Region Rider, Buddy 305, keeping up with the Joneses. What's up, Tristan? Chin, what's up? Ron Burgundy. Smash the like button. Awesome. Ron Burgundy's in here, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it.
Ron Burgundy. Where's that? Boom. Jerry Ramirez, what is up? Pote, what's going on? And oh, look, Be the Installer's in the chat too.
Yeah, man. Telling everyone how cool your shirt is compared to mine. You know what also sucks with this?
What?
If you don't notice it, I'm sure everyone can notice it. Do you see how white and pasty I am with an all black background and a black shirt on and all this? I do not have that silky smooth skin, man.
Hey, you know, it's all good. It's all good. You know,
I gotta sit back here.
There you go. Like in the darkness.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna turn the lights off and just let the monitor like light my face. Maybe that'll help. I'll turn it off.
Right. Oh, Capono's here. He just got off work. RJ, what's going on? BL Swagger. Scruff Kingman, what's up?
There we go.
Matt Buckmaster, what's going on? David, is that Wieland? All right, so let's get back to this. Okay, so raw processing power between the chips in the new and the old Apple TV 4K, not a big difference. Now, here is where the big difference is. Boom. This is GPU performance. And what do you see here? The older chip is 30% faster than the newer chip as far as GPU performance. So, wow. Isn't that crazy?
So what does that mean? Is it just it's a little faster GPU? I mean,
well, I mean, you know, if you're thinking about all the graphics stuff that it has to do,
right?
You know, it has to deal with HDR, the 4K 60. So it's one of those things where it's like people have been saying, okay, we got a new processor. Yeah, it's new. But it's not like the greatest.
So what is like, is Apple doing the same thing everyone else is doing and taking a year off for COVID here or what?
I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Sam Wells. Glad you're here. So it begs to like wonder like what's actually happening. Are they like, do you think they're making a better one? Maybe they're making an Apple TV 4K Pro with like a newer, something, which actually brings me to this other slide. Oh, there we go. There is a rumor that says this is the Apple TV is the low end, and a high performance and pro version will arrive later this year, either with the A14X chip or M1X. Wow, M1X, that would be nuts. So I know people were talking about, hey, why didn't you mention the processor in your other video? It's because I wanted to make sure that this was the correct information, and I wanted to get the slides. I got the slides from Max Tech's from a channel called Max Tech. And I put their link to that video in the description if you guys want to check it out, because he goes on to like rumors about how Apple's getting into gaming and this, that, and the other. So they do want all the capabilities of the new device working. Anyway, let's move on so we're going to talk about the processor. Damn, I'm like all over the place. So we're going to talk about the processor, Wi-Fi 6, HDMI 2.1, the new HDR support, the color balance feature, and some questions that I got in my previous video. We're going to answer them here. And of course, we're going to answer your guys' questions as well. Don't forget that super chats are very welcome. So continuing on with the presentation, Wi-Fi 6. Now, I got this strange comment, which is not there anymore, so they must have deleted it. And they said that we get Wi-Fi 6, and Wi-Fi 6 with that comes better picture quality. What do you think, Brandon?
I mean, speed is helpful. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, right.
I mean, is that a loaded question? Was I supposed to answer it one way?
Yeah, it's kind of like a rhetorical question, because the thing is, what is Wi-Fi 6 going to add picture quality wise? They're not sending better quality stuff.
Right.
Wi-Fi 6. And if you guys didn't know, Brandon was the guy that convinced me to go Wi-Fi 6, and thank you for that, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
my shit is blazing fast now.
Mine is not, dude. Mine is not. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. Tell me about yours, and then I'll tell you about mine because mine sucks.
Okay, so I actually iPhone 12 is a Wi-Fi 6 device, and then my new Mac M1 MacBook Pro is Wi-Fi 6. And previously, if I'm on my dining table and the router's in the living room, and I'm doing Wi-Fi and I do one of those speed tests, I'm getting 200. Now I pay for 1 gig, but if I'm plugged in, I get 850 down, I get 30 up. So when I'm not plugged in, I get about 230 down and about 15 up, right? Around there. Now with the Wi-Fi 6 device, like my M1, I'm getting 850 down and 30 up Wi-Fi. So basically, getting Wi-Fi 6 and a Wi-Fi 6 device means that you can get the same download and upload speeds that your router is putting off as if you were plugged directly in. So how does that actually make the picture quality or audio quality better? It doesn't. It doesn't. Now, HDMI 2.1, they use that port because all the HDMI 2.0 Bs are being phased out. So the more and more things are going to be released in 2021, they're going to have HDMI 2.1 because that is the HDMI standard. So yeah. Oh, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. So Brandon, let's get into why yours is not.
Well, no, I don't have Wi-Fi 6, and that sucks. First of all, I'm sure everyone on here is like crapping their pants that you're getting like 800 megabyte download speeds because most people don't get that. So you're an advanced man, but 200 is normally pretty fast in most parts of the US and other areas. But my problem is I bought a crappy TP-Link, like whatever 3-point, router in order to get good enough internet. I'm like, that's good enough, but it's not, because it's terrible. The nodes are small. The nodes you have on that Orbi are gigantic, and it's Wi-Fi 6. So 2 advantages. I got to get an Orbi because this thing, I was going to make a video about this, but like when I go use the restroom and I'm watching like a basketball game on my phone and I set it down and it like loses signal because I'm like in the corner of the house, super annoying. Same in like the driveway, the backyard, wherever I am. So I got to get a better Wi-Fi signal because it sucks. But the Wi-Fi 6 is awesome. And I actually have the Samsung Ultra, which also has Wi-Fi 6. So I need to get it. I believe it has. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I mean, you guys, like the one I got was like Orbi's like top of the line. So it was like $700. But you can get like these routers here. These aren't mesh. Like I got a mesh system. These are like $80, $90. Of course, if you go with something like that has tri-band, it's always going to be better. So you're looking at $250. So if you don't have Wi-Fi 6 and you want to like just get it just because the Apple TV has it, yeah, probably a skip, because now you're paying more than double the price just to get it. It is convenient though. Like if I was to, because we have an Apple TV in the bedroom, we have one in the living room. The one in the living room is hardwired. Obviously, the one in the master bedroom isn't. So getting Wi-Fi 6 or, it being Wi-Fi 6 there, totally cool because it's, farther away. Buddy, thank you for the super chat. He says, my gripe is they should have put the M1 chip and more storage. 64 gigabyte of storage is garbage. Shakes my head. Where's HDMI 2.1? So they do have HDMI 2.1, but we don't know if that HDMI 2.1 is actually going to do anything as far as 4K 120, 8K 30, because we don't have any streaming apps other than YouTube, which has, which you can find 8K content, 8K 30, I believe. But the big question is as asked, is the YouTube app updated to send out 8K 30 HDR? That is the big question, because all this stuff now needs to be updated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's so crazy to think about. You know how it is, like thinking about 8K content when we're barely making 4K videos. It's like, dang, a lot of storage, man.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I did hear about the H.266 codec. I read about that, and that's going to be able to take 8K HDR files and make them smaller so that we can stream them. And then you get into the whole debate of like, well, what about an 8K disc? I would rather have that. And right now we're kind of maxed out. The blank discs on these 4K discs are 100 gigabyte discs. And some of these movies, man, because I'm ripping them, they're 80 gigabytes, 90 gigabytes. It's crazy. So they might have to come out with a quadruple or quintuple layer DVD or Blu-ray disc for that, or a new disc and a new disc compression, like altogether. So we don't even know. Tim Perry says buying the remote, not the new box. Gotcha. And if you guys haven't seen my video on the Function 101 remote, it's $30. Like, that thing is awesome. You can get one of those, and it's almost like I started using the Apple TV in the bedroom a lot more just because of that. Isn't that crazy?
Just you know, the one of the things. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, jump in.
Oh, that's right. I'm on this, so I can talk too. I forgot, and it's a good point. Good opportunity for you to get your drink. You know, one of the things that I love about the Apple TV is that for the most part, TVs connect pretty well with it. So I have my Sony, I've had an A8H, now I have an A90J, and it completely functions as the remote. So I really, because I couldn't deal with that remote. Like we first of all, we lose it all the time. It's so small. But secondly, it's tiny. And I also had a guy, so I got 2 of these from a client, the 4K ones, and he just like gave them to me because I did work. And he's like, that happens a lot. It's pretty cool. So I give one to the dude working with me, and he starts walking with it, and he drops the remote, and it shatters on the pavement because it's made of glass. The remote is made of glass. So the last one was like a bulletproof little metal remote. And now this one that they've had for the past few years or whatever is this weird, like weird shaped, weird to press, and made of glass remote. And so but the Sony works great with it. The LG TVs don't work great with it. They don't actually, you can't get them to function on some of the buttons. So my LG doesn't work with it, but the Samsung and the Sony TVs work fine with the 4K Apple TV as well.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well. I was able to control it, and that's really cool because it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, that's a nice convenience.
Yeah,
nice.
Especially when you just connect it and like literally plug it in, and boom, the remote, like within 10 seconds, the remote's functional. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can totally use your phone. And like, especially if you have an Apple, like my Apple phone, I can control, and then it'll have me select, is it the Apple TV in the living room or the Apple TV in the bedroom? So as long as you went and installed them correctly and labeled them, then you're good to go. Otherwise you're controlling the wrong one. And one of the things I actually don't like using my phone as a remote, like I even have, because when I had the Roku TVs up there, the TCL, we would lose that little Roku remote so much that I just downloaded the app to use it on my phone just randomly, But
yeah. Another problem with the Roku remote too, because that's another, talking about other streaming devices. Roku remotes also are really junky. Like they last for like 6 months and the buttons start sticking too. So I was a fan of Roku, starting to get a little frustrated with them fighting with Spectrum and Google at the same time. So they're like losing all of their like good content. So I think Roku I feel like, I know you pick on the little guy, maybe Google's picking on them or Spectrum as well, Charter, whoever. But man, Roku's got to make some better decisions because if they lose all that content, no one's going to use the Roku anymore,
Well, so here's what's interesting. Like I have the Nvidia Shield TV Pro, the Roku Ultra, and the Apple TV 4K all connected up in the living room. And you're probably like, well, why? Right? Well, I would prefer to go with the Apple TV for most things. However, like we download and we use a couple of workout apps that are on both the Roku and the Apple, but the Apple TV versions, like sometimes you'll get stuck. Like the app wasn't like, they didn't think about this. Like you go and dive into like, oh, okay, I want to do this exercise group. I want to do that from this trainer. And then you can't go back. And then you're just stuck on this one page. And it's so fucking frustrating.
With the Apple TVs. Yeah, for sure.
So then we go to the Roku Ultra and it works like fun. Like it's like butter. Then we got, I remember the Voodoo app on the Apple TV sucks because it puts you into a spot where you can't see all the new hot stuff, all the new releases. You actually have to physically search. And I used to like just go to the Roku, see what's on there, and then, add it or rent it and then go back over to the Apple TV and then start playing. Like it seems ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're a Plex person, you would rather do Plex on the Nvidia Shield because it actually sends lossless audio. So it's like, do you really need 3 different devices for the stupid thing to work. I get the Twitch app on the Apple TV, no Twitch app on the Roku. So it's like, with all these companies coming out with, there's Disney Plus, Peacock, Paramount Plus. You got to make sure all these stupid apps are everywhere. Otherwise, now you're missing your favorite shows because your streaming device just doesn't offer that. And coincidentally, the PS5, absolute junk for streaming apps. Like, I went to go download some of these things and I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't have like about 50% of these new provider apps. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Right. There and a lot of it comes down to a lot of times, even apps on different like platforms, they don't have the proper like signal, like you're saying, they'll have like HD versus 4K, and or they'll be like Atmos on the Apple TV, but like Voodoo or like Prime on a Prime on a TV will just have HD and 5.1, and you go to the Apple TV and Voodoo has Dolby Vision and Atmos, and you're like, geez, just like give me some consistency. It happens all the time. It's annoying.
Yeah, and in fact, like, here's a new feature. So let's talk about it since it's HDR. The new Apple TV will be offering HDR10 Plus and HLG support. So with HLG support, I know that's how HDR comes through on the YouTube app. So maybe they've got that ready to go for whenever the YouTube app gets updated on the Apple TV 4K, the new one, to support that. And then I did hear HLG for live sporting events, right? Because that's the broadcast HDR. And then HDR10 Plus, for all I know, it's just like Amazon Prime videos. That's I think that's the only service that offers HDR10 Plus. But it's good that it's going to start supporting those HDR formats. Oh, yeah. So, what somebody asked was, do the Voodoo app on the Apple TV do 4K? I was only able to find it available on Roku. So, kind of going off of what we're saying here is, yes, it does. It does do 4K HDR. Dolby Vision. Some titles are just HDR though. Even though like you have the capability of Dolby Vision, I do see some random ones that are 4K HDR. And I made a video about the Disney Plus rollout, Brandon, when it came out, because it was coming out on all these platforms, right? Every streaming box, every TV, and I was like, man, something is going to be broken, right? Because it was just too much. It was too big of a rollout. So at launch, there's only one device. No, there's 2 devices that had Dolby Atmos support on the Disney Plus app, and that was the Apple TV 4K and the Roku Ultra. Everything else did not have it for about 3 to 6 months. I don't even know if the Android TV has it now. Like, I haven't checked. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Kanga? What's going on?
I'm late.
It's all good. It's all good. Yep, and it crashed. Yeah, that was the rollout. Because actually, what was funny? At the beginning of the day, I could check my the Disney Plus app on the Roku Ultra, and then like in the afternoon when I was making my video and I was just making sure everything was right, I went back to go turn it on, and it wouldn't turn on. And it's because there was like, I think 80 million subscribers happened the first day, something like ginormous like that. So
yeah, these apps are just inconsistent at best. The Spectrum app's another one, like I was speaking before on the Apple TV. They still haven't. Spectrum is like the worst app. They haven't gotten it figured out on any device. I haven't watched it on a single device where it works properly. So it's just a mess.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jan, does the NFL app look better with this? That's hard to say. Excuse me. I think what will look the best for sporting events, because they do want to do 60 hertz and they want to broadcast the HLG, the HDR. I think NBC Sports and the Olympics are going to be the first to like kind of jump on that bandwagon, right? And I remember watching the like NBC Sports app. Have you checked that out on the Apple TV? It's pretty legit. It's pretty legit, man. You get to miss all the like boring stuff and you get straight to the like event. That was the best part of watching the I think it was it was the Winter X Games, because we live in Mammoth, and Chloe Kim, won again, and she's she's been here to the house because our kid was on the snowboarding team with her, and we used to see her at like 6 years old with a big helmet and face mask on, and she's just like, my kid was in the like age bracket stuff competitions, and she was in the open competition going against adults and winning. Like, it was just crazy, you know. And they're awesome. She's awesome. Her dad's awesome. They're real nice people. But yeah, it was great. The NBC Sports app is great on the Apple TV 4K, especially when the Olympics is going on, because you can just get right to the event you want to see.
Awesome. I have, well, they said, okay, so people are talking about the NFL. I had the NFL Network, and I had it 2 years ago, and I don't know if it had the ability to do multiple games at that point, but I know this year they had it on the Apple TV where you could do like picture in picture, and you could put multiple games up. So it's improving. I don't know if, hopefully, you know, it keeps improving every year. I think that's probably on the NFL Network themselves to improve that app, but you know more about how it's looking quality wise. So that's good. But yeah, I hope that app gets better, because when you pay a lot of money for the NFL Network and then you get one game and you can only watch one game, it's so lame.
Oh, dude, we're still old school, man. Oh, okay. So when we moved into this house, it was a Friday, and my wife was like, the first football game is Sunday. And I literally, like, the DirecTV guys came out because we have NFL Sunday tickets, so we can watch the 8 games at once, the little game mix channel or whatever. And the guy's like, okay, I can't get the right line of sight from your port, from your deck. So we're gonna have to figure something else out. So apparently on the other side of the house, there's this beam. He's like, if you can call like a metalworking person and get like 3 foot out and a 4 foot up, like right angle, like, you know, pipe with this much diameter, I can get you set up. And so, man, I lucked out. Saturday, I called Alan Ironworks here, and Alan apparently was in his shop. And so I ran over there, and he fabricated this thing for me. And Sunday, we were watching football.
Wow.
So yeah, like, big football fans, my wife and our son. So NFL Sunday ticket is what we have. And yeah, dude, if I remember, she's always tried to, like, you know, she's had like a job sometimes on a Sunday, and she'd try to take the iPad with her to work, just, you know, while she's like prepping like the food or whatever, just to be watching. And the NFL app is not the greatest. Not the greatest at all.
Especially when you are on your phone. It's real, like, literally when you press exit, it doesn't like minimize the app. It like just exits the app, and then you got to log back in. It's annoying. But yeah, we had the NFL ticket, but we ended up just saying, like, to heck with paying that much for you know, stream for the entire package each, because we were paying $300-400 a month for DirecTV. So now we just get the NFL ticket on its own, which is still a couple $100, but, you know, a little better deal.
Right. Jack, I think it's the same port. Like, I don't think anything has changed with the port, the Ethernet port on the Apple TV. BL Swagger says Apple TV Plus has some great shows. I love having an Apple TV 4K. Yeah, you know, we like the shows. Have you watched any of the Apple content, the original stuff?
No, I wanna watch the soccer one because I love the dude in it. I haven't seen it though. What was that called? I didn't remember what it's called. Know. Ted Lasso. I want to watch it, man.
Okay.
Because the dude's hilarious. He's a ex SNL guy from the Horrible Bosses movie. But I'm trying to think of his name. I'll get it. Someone will put it in the comments.
Yeah,
Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, Jason Sudeikis. Okay.
He's hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah. BL Swagger, and to all my patrons that are here in the chat. Oh, dude, did I tell you we had a little snafu yesterday? Hit the bandwidth on my Dropbox account. So I had released the 2017 DTSX demo files from that disk, and I announced it in a video on Monday, and boom.
Oh, no.
like all of it. So I upped my bandwidth. So now I got 1 terabyte of bandwidth every day. So hopefully that will, yeah, that should be more than enough for some time. So I upgraded. So all my patrons watching, and for those of you who have no idea, you can check the description box and, you know, become a patron at the $5 level, and you'll get access to Dolby Atmos demos from the 2016 and 2018 disc, and the IMAX Enhanced demo. And I just released the DTSX 2017 demo files from that disc. And I think, and I got 3 more discs. 2018, 2019, 2020 DTSX, and I also got some Oro 3D demos that I'll probably put up as well. So you guys get access to that. and it's only $5 a month. Anyway, so now that housekeeping is through, what else we got here? What's up with no HBO Max on app on LG TVs? Okay, yeah, sure. Hold on one second.
What was the what? What is up with the no HBO Max? Yeah, man, HBO Max on LG TVs. That is annoying, I have to admit, because I do have these Apple TVs, so now I have to deal with it. But yeah, I don't know. Do you know why that they have situations like that? I mean, it's probably contractual obligations.
Well, I think like a lot of people, I think there was a Facebook post either today or yesterday asking, what's with all these external streaming boxes? Why isn't the TV good enough? Perfect example of why the TV isn't good enough. They just might not have the app, and it could be coming along down the line, but we actually have no idea, right? So that's just one of those things. And Kanga says picture in picture with sports is great. Yeah, no, totally. My wife is wearing it.
Huh? I can't even deal with watching one game anymore. So having the two games is great, especially when you have two different teams. Like I'm a Packers fan, my wife's a Steeler fan.
Dude, so imagine 8 games at once on that 83-inch that you're gonna get. Like that would be nuts.
Yeah. On that we just have 83-inch C1 that I'm gonna get. I'm just kidding. We'll have to see. What were you gonna say?
We only have a 65-inch and it looks cool. Like having 8 games on. The only thing is you only get audio from one, and it's got a yellow border around that one, and then you can move the cursor over to change the audio.
It's pretty sweet though.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
So I know. So let's see here. LG needs HBO apps. Yep. Fubo TV is the only OTT service that did anything in 4K last year. That included the Premier League games and NFL. Interesting, Jimmy. I actually have Fubo TV. Do you know what Fubo is?
Brandon? No, I mean I've heard of it. I haven't watched a lot of it, but I'm about to find out. Right.
But basically, here's what happens to us. Since I can't get access to my dish when the snow comes. Boom. We had no TV. So throughout the winter, I've tried Tubi, and what's the other one? The big one, the one that everybody uses. Tubi. Oh God. And I know you know what it is. What are these OTT?
Right now I have like a million apps in my head.
Sling.
Oh, gotcha.
Sling and Fubo. And out of the 3, the easiest to get the DVR function to work is the Fubo. And Fubo is has to do with a lot of soccer games and stuff like that. So it's interesting. It's definitely.
I don't like Sling. Sling is my least favorite of those. It's just the packaging and how they do it. No, it's just confusing.
I bet.
If I had to choose, I'd choose either Hulu or YouTube TV if I didn't have the Spectrum app that I get it for half the price.
Yeah, I got to try out YouTube TV. I haven't tried that out yet. Does PS5 or Xbox Series X support HBO Max in 4K yet? I don't think so. I do not think so. And again, this is one of those things. Are these devices going to catch up? Maybe not. I mean, I'm from that that whole thing of let's go separates. One box, one device does one thing, and that's it. Right? That's me. That's what I like to do, and that's why I have all these boxes. Of course, it gets expensive, yes. And in a perfect world, you'd have one box, one streaming device, and it would do everything for you, and it would do it right. You get the Atmos, you get the 4K, you get the Dolby Vision HDR, HLG, HDR10 Plus, just because, right?
That's too easy, man. Too easy. Sounds too easy.
Yeah. So it's kind of
it's not going to happen. You're all right. Actually, it helps because a good amount of information about all these, which I don't think people probably expect you to know this much about all these different devices, which is good.
Well,
more than I do.
I bought all the fucking things.
Yeah,
because and they're all the only ones that are actually plugged in are the Apple TV, the Roku, and the Nvidia Shield. The Fire Stick 4K is in the box. The all the other ones. Oh, and Chromecast. Oh gosh, god awful. I hate that. That one is
in a while. I only use I only use the Amazon Stick for like getting some of that Kodi stuff, you know, where you could download a movie for free or whatever. Can you do that on Nvidia Shield? Same thing.
I mean, with Plex, you can like share libraries and stuff like that, but I'm not sure about the functionality you're talking about.
That was just like one of those it was just one of those pirating channels or whatever.
Oh, right. No, totally. John Bocos asks, so how is IMAX Enhanced? IMAX Enhanced, I like the audio portion. I think the video portion is just, complete and utter crap. They just say like, okay, this TV is IMAX Enhanced. There's no even certification. There's no nothing. There's just like, okay, this one is IMAX Enhanced. It's lame. But basically what the audio is, what happens is there's a different mix that they use in the theater than what's on a 4K disc. Anything coming out of Apple TV is all a near field mix. Anything on a 4K disc, do I have any? Oh no, I actually like went and put a bunch into storage. Those are all near field mixes, meaning they kind of cut the like dynamic range on the high end and the low end so that the movie will sound good on a soundbar, on TV speakers. I mean, that's what's meant by a near field mix. IMAX Enhanced gives you the full theatrical, like fully dynamic theatrical mix. So if you have an awesome home theater, big old subs, you go like, full range, then definitely check out some IMAX Enhanced. That's definitely the thing.
Gross. I just got like ketchup on me from my water bottle, bro. Gross. I'm just like smelling ketchup in here, and I'm like, what's going on? I had ketchup on I had like a BLT, and I put I like ketchup and like a little bit of saltiness to it, and I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm like, what is that smell in here?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like giving that weird reaction. Sorry about that.
Okay, gotcha. Like maybe the water bottle was eating a hot dog or something.
No, it was strange, man.
It was nose.
Like, Dave B, not what I expected.
Right. Dave B, thanks for stopping by. Sammy says that the Apple TV can't bitstream audio to AV receiver. It sends a PCM stream. I'm not 100% sure about that. I know I'm getting Atmos, and in fact, the only way one of the two ways, I think, or three, Sony TV, Philips TV, and the Apple TV 4K. If you have the Tidal account, you can get the Dolby Atmos music streaming from Tidal through the Apple TV. So, I mean, it's coming through. Is it going to be the best quality? Nah, it's not going to be like having the disc, but it's coming through. So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into that bitstream versus PCM. Let's get these. Where are these super chats at? Tech Med Rainer Richter, thank you for the super chat. Totally appreciate it. Do you see any advantages in having Apple TV or Amazon Fire TV Cube Stick when using a modern and advanced 2020, 2021 TV, especially Samsung has nearly every service on it? Yeah. I do. I mean, we talked about a couple of them. I'm not totally familiar with the Samsung TV. Okay. Let's talk about audio, right? You're going to get a better audio experience going from a device to your AVR than the TV to the AVR, because majority of the time that eARC is a finicky little bitch. Like depending on depending on your TV and what update comes through, it could be working one day and then it could not be working the other day. So it's a very it's a tough thing. Yes, I know Samsung has a lot of apps. You've had plenty of Samsung TVs, right? They got a ton of apps, don't they?
Yeah. They're good apps, but I mean, like you're saying, I mean, I think absolutely. Like I use Apple TV on all my TVs over the native apps. And like, I could give you 20 examples. I don't want, I won't take all the time up, but I have the A90J TV from Sony, a brand new TV. The native Netflix is kicking me out every time I log in. So that's one issue. Another issue, my Disney Plus app on the same TV, it's logged in with my wife's email. So I'm on the Google TV, but it's got my information. So every time I log into Disney Plus, it asks me to relog in because it's like getting confused.
Right.
Then you got issues, but then you got also issues like the Apple TV where it like really connects to LG TVs, and it like has like some issues where the Dolby Atmos is like causing problems, and then Apple TV and LG are going back and forth on whose problem it is. So, I mean, for the most part, I absolutely agree. It's better to have like a device like that. The Apple Apple TV 4K is better, but depends on what apps you need. So the Samsung TVs have like the Samsung TV Plus, where you get a bunch of free TV channels, which you're not going to get on Apple TV. So there's, like you said, combination of all of them sometimes. But I recommend the Apple TV for sure.
Okay. This is a question from Chris, question mark. So using the Apple TV apps LG E9 is inferior to a streamer, or using the TV apps is inferior to a streamer box like the Apple TV box? In my opinion, yes. And I actually have an LG E9, and sometimes I'll go back and forth just to see like what's new, but you'll get way more apps on Apple TV 4K on a Roku Ultra, on an Nvidia Shield than you will with the LG. Now the LG is kind of cool because like what Brandon always talks about is you can look for content while you're watching something. It doesn't like boot you out into a home screen, whereas all these other things you have to. You got to you got to go out to a home screen. So that's the one thing that LG WebOS has over all these other boxes. But for sure, like, yeah, from the audio, I mean, if you want a good video, like I think especially with the LG and the WebOS, you want Dolby Vision. Like, it looks good. It looks good. It's just all the other things that are involved. If you don't have the app, or the app is there, but it doesn't give you Atmos, or like what Brandon was saying, he gets booted out. So, it's one of those things.
And I like if I had to pick a TV that I like the native apps using it, it is also like it's the C10, like the Apple or the LG, because it has, just to pop up, and it's easy and it's quick, and you're in and out quickly into apps. So the kids like the remote and kind of just the interface of, the WebOS 5.0, not the 6.0. So
right.
That's a different whole story though.
Yeah. So Scott Woodford, thank you for the super chat. He's saying that HBO Max is 4K on Series X. That's cool. I got to check that out, man. There's so much happening. It's so hard to like keep track of like what to do. Yeah.
I take his word for it.
Yeah, no, totally.
What's up, Ninjician AV
in the house? What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Will the streaming apps support HDR and Atmos? That all depends. Like a lot of them will. Anything from the actual like Apple Plus is gonna be awesome. Oh, you know what? There's a to go along like the whole thing of having like a slim down, because there's this guy that's like, your setup is a hot mess. You got cables and you hardwire everything. I'm like, yeah, dude. He was saying he's got an awesome 77-inch OLED, and he's got a sound bar, and that's it. Everything's clean. There's no wires showing, and that's totally cool. Like, you can run, if you can get all the apps you want to get, that you use on your, on your TV natively, yeah, go for it. You got a sound bar, and it's just kicking out whatever audio to it. I think he had a Sonos Arc, and if you want to run Dolby Atmos that way, totally cool. I wouldn't do that personally, because we just use apps that aren't found on the TV. I also wanted to have like a full-fledged Atmos system with speakers up top above me, so it really depends on you, right? If it's better for you to do a slim down setup like that, where there's less wires and shit, like, totally go for it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just a preference, right?
Yeah, you should see I have and by the way, to his question, like you're saying, they're all different. Even the same app in a different device will have different like communication abilities. It's crazy. So I that's why I'm like trying to watch, even when we're trying to make videos about these TVs and stuff, I'm like, oh wait, am I in HDR? Am I using Dolby Vision here? Okay, no, it can't be in Prime. I got to watch this and this, or I got to plug in the PS5 or something, But so it's crazy like that. And I actually have the LG C10, and I have the Sonos Arc, and then I have an Apple TV connected to the back. That's funny.
Swagger was asking if I finished the bag of skinny popcorn. I'm like, funny. No, it's still here. Go on.
Yeah, but on. I have the Apple TV, like we're talking about, with it's connected to the back of my TV, and I have a surge protector back there. But like you're saying, it doesn't sound as good as like a dedicated home theater. It's like, it's just more of like the way that we had to do it to make our setup easier. So it can be clean either way. It just depends on how much room you have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. So it's one of those things. It's a preference. It's a preference issue, space issue, budget issue. Although, there's some deals out there you can get a 5.2.4 Atmos. That means 5 ear level speakers, 2 subwoofers, 4 height channels, and an AV receiver for around $2,000. Now that's actually pretty good deal. Like $2,000 for that whole system. You will have one speaker left over. I might make a video about that. I don't know. But there's some good deals to be had out there. Yeah.
We'll see how much time.
Oh my gosh. God, dude, I'm working on a video for Best Buy. Oh man, that's taking up all my time. All my time right now.
I'm sure it'll be good.
Oh man. Oh dude, I got my turn. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of cool shit happening. I can't wait for people to see it. Is the Zest kit the best 4K HDMI 2.1 cable? Here, you know what? Let me bring up my Bitly. So I tested HDMI 2.1. I tested a bunch of HDMI 2.1 cables, and I'm going to put the HDMI 2.1 test page. The results page has a bunch of them in different lengths. So you check that out and see what's up, Jonah. Zestkit is on there. It performed okay, but that was a 15-footer. Anything like above 12 is going to start showing some problems. So I did most of them like above that. But if you want a 6-foot one, yeah, they're probably fine. Let's see.
You got to stop the FOMO jumping in.
Oh, snap. FOMO. Hey, dude. I'm gonna release some doggy videos. Don't let your daughter see. She's gonna want that puppy. I did see somebody say that Bitstream was not happening on the Apple TV 4K. Oh, Ninjishin, what did you say? Just want Apple to fix their raised blacks in Dolby Vision. All kinds of issues. They got all kinds of issues, guys. Nothing, just like TVs. No matter how much you spend, something's gonna be wrong. Something's going to be wrong because they don't actually like to make these things. So is it all right. Let's go to these super chats here. TechMed, he says, thank you. I get the audio purpose as a pro for Apple TV. Luckily, I didn't have any eARC issues yet with the QN900A, and I choose pass through to my Sennheiser Ambio. Ooh, that thing's expensive. What was that?
$2,500 just for the soundbar.
According to
I heard it's pretty bad. Sorry, I want to tell him. I want to hear how good it is. He should comment to us how he likes it, because I'm sure. Yeah,
let us know. Stop the FOMO asks. So is the 2021 Apple TV 4K a resounding buy? It's kind of like a hit or miss. It's kind of like, okay, here's a perfect example. I had this up. Here it is. Okay, and share. I think I like this, bringing in people's comments and stuff. Okay. Raphael says, my theory, I bet you that there are a ton of people out there with just one Apple TV, just waiting for the next model to arrive so they can transfer their current Apple TV into, say, the bedroom and use a new one in their main TV watching space. In my case, I have a really old Apple TV in the bedroom, not 4K. Definitely been waiting for this new one to come out so I can do exactly that. Transfer the current 4K Apple TV I have to the living room, to the bedroom, and put the new one in the bedroom. So I definitely think that, that's going to be happening. Considering I now have 2 Atmos locations in the house, 2 Atmos setups in the house. One of those 4K TV Apples is coming down here, and then the newest one is going to probably be going in the living room. And I'm only getting it just to test out a few things on it. Right. Otherwise, I think it's kind of a pass unless you're like really hardcore, unless you're in the situation like Raphael says, where you want more Apple TVs in the house. Of course, get the new one. If you just need a remote or want the remote is $60 by itself. If you want to save even more money, you can get the Function 101 remote, which is $30. I made a video about it. I think that's one of the best remotes out there for the Apple TV. So it all depends, FOMO. Do you want the newest or do you not? Damn your puppy videos. Something has to be wrong, or else there's no incentive to upgrade. That's a great point there, Swagger.
I got to get a couple of them. Too, because I'm like, shoveling one, moving it around to different TVs so I can test stuff out and kind of keep a constant. So it's like I got to grab a couple more. I'll probably grab a new one.
Right. So when reviewing TVs and stuff like that, if we're evaluating something on Apple TV, then we want to keep it the next TV on the Apple TV. When I have something down here, it's literally majority of the stuff I'll be playing from the Zapiti. And the best part about that is since it's networked, I can plug in I can watch the same stuff in the bedroom upstairs or the living room upstairs. But I prefer to, when I'm evaluating anything here on this rack, that I can have two TVs here, split the signal if I wanted to, or just go one in. But yeah, for me, it's mostly the Zapiti. But hey, I'll have another Apple TV down here. Why not? Right? Why not? Does the Netflix not show when content is 4K, or does Dolby Vision indicate 4K? Yes, Soup, that is correct. A lot of times, if it doesn't have HDR, it'll say 4K UHD. If it has HDR, it'll say Dolby Vision. That's all. And so it is. And to my knowledge, they don't put any 1080p in HDR. Anything that says Dolby Vision is 4K Dolby Vision.
What's up with Amazon Prime, man? Can they not just get their crap together and like get HDR going? I mean, some of their content, you watch a brand new movie like Tenet, and it's like it's not even in HDR. It's like insane.
Well, what's funny is when you go to the info page, half that shit is wrong. Like the metadata is wrong. Like it's like 5.1, and I click on Jack Ryan. I'm like, wait a minute, this is an Atmos, and then boom, I get Atmos on my receiver, and I'm like, okay, well, thanks. So Will H has ordered one. Yes, Raphael hit the nail on the head. Yep. I know you're talking about the Apple TV 4K, but what do you think about Nvidia Shield versus the Apple TV? Thanks, says Johnny E. So like I kind of said earlier, if you are on a Plex or you're running a Plex server, the Shield is the way to go because it'll do lossless audio from that Plex server. So if those files you have on your Plex server have Atmos, DTSX, IMAX Enhanced, whatever, it'll just send that through Bitstream. The Apple TV won't do that. So that I think is probably the best thing. Oh, the other cool part is the AI upscaler. Man, I still got to make that video. That's like the coolest feature. Have you seen that, Brandon, or no?
No.
So like it basically upscales it, and like, man, it gets sharp. Like, we're watching Hulu content, but it's not for every show, and it's not for every like streaming service.
This is the Shield, right? You were talking about this?
Yeah, this is the Shield.
No,
right.
I'm interested. I got to get one.
Like if you were to pair that up with like the Vizio OLED, right, which doesn't have great upscaling, and the the apps are okay. Like you put that onto this, it's kind of like modding it. It's like you're putting an exhaust on that TV, putting an air filter, you're getting a little short throw shifter. That's what I think. That's how I feel the Nvidia Shield TV Pro is with that AI upscaler. Now, of course, if you put that on like high, it looks a little weird, right? And then when things pan, you get some artifacting and all that kind of stuff. But on like medium or low, man, it looks really good. It looks we're pretty surprised about it. Excuse me. Nathan says, debating on replacing my Fire Cubes with Apple TV, just trying to see if there's a downside. There are some, like we were saying, go ahead. Were you about to say something?
Oh, no. Besides the fact that cube is gigantic and it's a cube, that's about it. But I don't know. I didn't say anything. No, you're good, man.
Yeah. So it's mainly like, do the apps that you use a lot, are they on the Apple TV 4K, and are they giving you exactly what you need? And is it a pain in the ass to get around the app? I don't know. Those are all this is why I have like so many. Let's see. I got to admit, the Xbox has no new games, but it's so nice to be able to use VRR 1440p and plenty of storage. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. You know what? Because, here, TechMed Rainer says the Sennheiser Ambio is great. Got all codecs. You have to consider that you need an appropriate room for sound reflection for Dolby Atmos simulation. So basically, having a rectangular space is going to be the best for that kind of thing. I could probably review it in here. I had a pretty nice rectangle. Yeah,
I heard it's pretty beastly. It's pretty awesome for it's pretty expensive, so it better be.
Yeah. But yeah, right. All right. Oh, Tamor, I was gonna get onto this. Okay, so let's talk about the what is this called? Color balance feature, right? So color calibration, I think it's called color balance. But anyway, basically you take your phone and you put your put it up there and it'll act as a colorimeter. The only issue is, oh, excuse me, the Apple TV 4K, the older one, and the Apple TV HD are getting a firmware update to add this feature. So, like in my previous Apple TV 4K 2021 video, the main thing really is that thread support. That's like the one thing that the new Apple TV 4K has that nothing else has. It will not nothing else, but the other Apple TVs don't have is the thread support. And if you don't know what that is, it's like if you do Apple HomeKit, thread is a new type of protocol to where, like, you know, you get another, this is a new brand new home automation device. This has thread, so it can log into your Apple TV via thread instead of Bluetooth, instead of Wi-Fi. So it's on its own protocol. So that right there, if you're a HomeKit user, like that would be the one major thing to just say, yes, get the new Apple TV 4K.
Yeah, people are liking those automation systems, and the HomeKit's supposed to be pretty awesome. So definitely a good reason.
Yeah,
you're covering all. You're dropping all the knowledge today, man. It's good. I feel like an appendix, man. I feel like I'm just like sitting here, not able to add. I'm comic relief. I'm comic relief.
Comic relief. All your stuff is good. You got the real world installation. Yeah, I know. Experience. You know. Let's see.
And I have to jet in about 5 or 10. I gotta get to my
let's
coaching my 6-year-old in football. Got to get to the 6-year-old football team.
Let's definitely cut this off at 5 o'clock because I got to take a nap because I got to go to work at 11. Here's TechMed says, yes, the Sennheiser Ambio is expensive but worth the extra money. But you should consider using a separate subwoofer for optimum experience. Oh, very good, very good. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Did you have a question, boss?
Question.
I'll try to scroll up to see.
Oh, maybe he asked one earlier. I gotcha.
He did, but he already gave a super chat for that. Will Dolby Vision gaming really be legit, Capono? All we know is that, like, any busy like his other ones? Oh. My shirt, yeah, no, this one is for May the 4th. It's a little Yoda. That's why I'm not wearing a busy shirt today. I know it probably messes with some people's eyesight, you know. Will Dolby Vision gaming really be legit? We don't know, dude. We won't know until it gets here. YouTube HDR, that is a question somebody's been asking. Oh, I also got this other question. Let's look at that real quick. Add to stream. Here we go. It's kind of a long one. Let's see. I have the 2016 LG OLED with 3D. This display only processes 30 Hertz 4K HDR Dolby Vision. Will this new Apple TV work with my 2016 OLED, sending 30 Hertz 4K HDR Dolby Vision? The new 60 Hertz DV Apple TV replaces the old 30 Hertz DV. Because of Apple's new 60 Hertz, do I have to buy a new 60 Hertz DV display to get 4K HDR Dolby Vision? That's a great question. Yeah.
I feel like that's a test on like an SAT or something.
I can't believe I read it all the way through without messing up. That's what that's what I don't understand. So coincidentally, I have one of those E6 OLED. Okay, so with this one of the last OLEDs that were produced that have 3D. It's in the guest room. So this person, what was their name? Larry Wong. Uh-oh.
Lights out on you.
Damn it. Son of a bitch.
No signal. It's all right, man. We're good. Can you get it back up?
Yeah, I need to get a power
cable.
Take
your time, man. You're good. Oh, you ran out of juice on your camera? It's all good. Well, I'll keep him company for a minute, man. Oh shit. Why don't I can't put FOMO's question up there, but I can see it. Why don't streaming services have lossless Dolby True HD? I'm sick of DV Plus. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so funny. Wait. Hey, TechMed Rainer, we'll check you later, man. We'll be on tomorrow on my channel. Come check it out if you're there.
Thanks a lot for stopping by, buddy.
Yeah, 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific on my channel. I'm gonna have FOMO and Techno Dad.
There we go. There we go. Now we're up again.
You're coming back on?
I think so. There we go.
There you are. I see you.
I just forgot to plug it in. Derp. Derp move there. So basically, FOMO, that's the big question. Everybody's talking about eARC. You know, when are we going to get some lossless audio? Now, someone did say, I got this one. There is a rumor. Boom. There's a rumor that says the new Apple TV is the low end. Oh, no, wrong one. Burp. Here we go. Latest rumor, Steve Haney, is that Apple is soon to ship a new hi-fi version of Apple Music. Maybe it will be used for that, meaning the HDMI 2.1. Maybe the new service will also use the new ATV 4K for Atmos support for a cool submersive. I think he meant immersive music experience from one's Atmos speakers. So that's interesting. So they might be doing something, but we just don't know. We just don't know. BL Swagger is hilarious. He said I exceeded my electricity for today. First it was the other stuff, the bandwidth on Dropbox.
Then he just told me he'd stop by if I put on a Mets hat tomorrow. But I said, hey, I like the Mets too. I'm a Yankees fan because I was always a big Jeter fan. So
yeah. Hey, are we gonna have drinks tomorrow?
Drinks? I don't know. Because of Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. What time is that? Is that 4 o'clock? Oh, I got a client call at 5:30. So
you can roll out.
I should be nicely sauced for that. Will the
client call? You'll close that sale, trust me.
Yeah, right. Will the picture be any better going through Apple TV rather than Apple TV app on the LG CX? It depends on what you're watching, I would say. And I know there's apps that we use on the Apple TV device that we can't get on the Apple TV app on the LG. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
I think the picture will be better on the Apple TV itself. I just think I don't think the Apple TV, I've heard Apple TV app. Some people don't even like it, the Apple TV app. So the 4K unit, it's a pretty solid device, to be honest. Pretty expensive though.
Yeah. You know, it's all, again, I would prefer to use a separate device just because I'm kind of old school that way. I know everybody wants, what the thing I hate is setting something up with an app on my phone. I think that's the worst thing. Just give me a remote control so I can, mess with the device by itself. It's one of those things I really, really hate. But anyway, that's just me. I'm old school. I am old school. All right.
Someone asked a good question. Phil82 before. I'll just answer it for him. Okay. He said, "Is there any way to get the Apple TV, the LG remote to turn on the Apple TV?" And the answer is no. That's the problem. You can't wake up the Apple TV when you have an LG TV. So there's a problem, and it's not the only problem with Apple TV and LG. So to his question, that was a long time ago. You got some issues there, and that's why I can't use that remote, the Apple or the LG remote for it. I have to actually use the Apple TV remote.
Nice. Oh, excuse me. All right. So last question. Oh, well, I guess two more questions. Google moderator chimed in with a $20 super chat.
Yeah, you gotta answer that one too.
So here's Chris's. Sorry, off topic. I have an old soundbar which not only sounds great but aesthetically pleasing. Bowers and Wilkins Panorama 2. Look, you can use it, man. Just use it with optical. If it doesn't have HDMI ARC, just go roll with optical and use it. There's nothing that we can say, like myself or Brandon or any of the Daily Hi-Fi guys or anybody, that'll tell you what sounds good in your room, in your home, in your living room, in your bedroom. We don't know. Only you know that. So yeah, if you like it, rock it. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I think that's fair advice.
Can't get new Xbox to play consistent audio. By the way, apps no bass. By the way, apps have no bass with YouTube, etc. Apple TV easy fix. Denon 8500 9.2.4. Good Lord, yeah. Google moderators throwing down some cash. Damn, dedicated room. I'll get 916 in this room, but it's not like Denon 8500 style. That's a big AV receiver. So honestly, about the inconsistency between the apps, that's always going to be there. I think. I don't think there's any kind of standardization. Have you noticed anything like, some apps are louder than the other? Like that's what I noticed.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, man. Like I said, I can't even get the apps to work properly on just the same app across different platforms, let alone different apps on different platforms, and then sound. And it's just, there's so many different, it's a mess for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And Patogo says he loves his Apple TV. Hey, by the way, Michael, thank you so much for becoming a $15 patron. I appreciate it. I saw that alert earlier today, so thank you, man. I got to help the kids with homework, and you got to go pick up your kid too. So let's end this.
Soup. All right, Soup. Yeah, and Soup. I don't know about the 1000 nits. I mean, I think the Sony A9J is a fantastic TV. It's got a lot of sweet highlights. So I don't know. He keeps asking that question. Sorry to step on your outro, bro.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Brandon, I want to thank you. Is this right?
Anytime, man. Anytime, Thanks. Bro.
Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. I'll be on there tomorrow with FOMO. No, the other way. The other way.
There we go.
No, the other way.
Yeah, I'm like,
I like that.
I'm like pointing in my backyard.
I know, me too. It's all.
I'm actually pointing it at you in real, like I'm pointing it at the screen at you, but it's not working. There you go. Right. All right. Sorry, dude.
Chris ? Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
Man. Yeah. See you tomorrow, Jeremy. Unfortunately, there's no AV receiver that works with the Xbox Series X at this moment. There's going to be some new ones coming out in June, July from Pioneer and Onkyo. They're supposed to have HDMI 2.1. Will it work out of launch? I have no idea. So I'll have to bite the bullet and fucking buy those pieces of shit too. I mean, those fine pieces of electronics to see if they work. Anyway, thank you, Brandon. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to subscribe to Brandon's channel. And we got a live stream tomorrow at 4. It's Cinco de Mayo, so I'm gonna have a drink. So you guys should be drinking too.
We'll have a party atmosphere. It'll be fun.
That's right. All right, take it easy. See you guys later. Peace.